But I do not see an issue with going to coffee for your first date. If your makeup is more expensive than a coffee, then dress down. Ladies, if you are looking to get married, especially my black women out there, if you're looking to get married, we know the statistics are against us.
Hey beautiful people, how you are doing today? It's your girl Destiny here and welcome back to my channel. How you are doing? Hope you guys are doing great. So today's video is the part 2 video of the sister I posted previously that was talking about how she doesn't do coffee or drinks date on the first date, how she likes a man to properly take her for a proper dinner. So if you haven't seen that video, go check out that video. So today's video are people reacting to the sister story. Just go check out that video so that you get full context of what she's talking here and what people are reacting to. So go check out that video so you can catch up to what we're talking about here in this video. Okay, so she went on. I'll just give you guys like a brief summary before we go into what people think and people's reaction to what she said. So she went on to talk about how she doesn't do drinks or coffee on the first date, and this is because she feels like when you're on the first date, men are trying to audition you, and she's not ready to settle for a man that it's not willing to put that effort to take her on the proper date, to spend more money on that. And she went on to tell a story about how she was supposed to go on a date with a man, and she told the man nicely that, you know what, I don't want to do drinks, I don't like doing drinks, I like getting dressed and go for dinner. And this man was like, you know what, if we're going to go on this dinner, then you're going, well, then he's open for splitting the bills. And she's like, you know what, she didn't go for the date. And she wanted to talk about how this is her own standard and how she's not going to drop her standard, and how she spends so much getting ready just to go and get a $16 cocktail or a $10 drink, that she's not going to put that effort to her look just to look presentable for this man to just do a cheap drink or coffee. And this video has gotten a lot of people talking. A lot of people have a lot of conversation about it. Some people are here for it, some people are not, but I would like to know what you think. So go check out that video and so that you can come join this conversation. So this video, we're going to see people's thoughts on this, then I will come back and share more of my thought on this.
So one of my rules is I don't do coffee or drink dates. Now,
No disrespect to this creator, you know, to each his own, but I do not see an issue with going to coffee for your first date.
Okay.
If your makeup is more expensive than a coffee, then dress down. Ladies, if you are looking to get married, especially my black women out there, if you're looking to get married, we know the statistics are against us. The odds are not always in our favor in terms of getting married. We have a lot to go up against. Let's talk about what we got to go up against. Mass incarceration. If you're looking to marry a black man, you're looking for a man who is at least a high quality man, who has a job, you know, who has a good character, you know, someone who's not crazy. If you're not looking for someone of your own race, if you're looking for outside of your race, you still got to deal with if the man is crazy or not. So please, when y'all go into these things, I'm not saying lower your standards, but get a grip. Please get a grip. Get a grip on reality.
Okay.
I don't know why y'all think everybody out here is gonna be a 7-figure earner, 6-figure earner, doing all this and all that. Like, yeah, sure, he wants to take you on a full 5-course dinner, but he also is a cheater. So who cares? Y'all need to be thinking about who's a high quality man in terms of character. So who cares if he is taking you to coffee on the first day? Just because he doesn't want to go to a 5-course dinner with you, I might not want to spend 2 hours with you at dinner either. What's wrong with the coffee date? To me, the standards is outrageous for no reason. And another thing, it's like sometimes stepping into your feminine energy doesn't necessarily mean that, oh my gosh, because he didn't take me on a first date, that he's not gonna treat me well. That's not what that means. It's okay to go to coffee, to go to ice cream, to go to, oh, you want to go eat hot dogs in the park. Some of that is okay. That's fine.
Yeah, I know.
I met my husband online, but our first date was like at a bar. He ain't have to spend that much money on me. So all that nonsense about he's not gonna want to take care of you, he's gonna want to be cheap, that's not true. Because I'm a stay-at-home mom. I don't work at all. I swipe the credit card when I want to. My husband bought me a Range Rover. Like, I guess, girl.
Okay.
so one of my rules is I don't do coffee or drink dates. Now,
I was agreeing with her for the most part until the end of the video. She said that she went on 3 different dates, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, with 3 different men. I really don't think women understand how hard it is to date as a man. Let me give you a man's perspective. Okay. First off, everybody is entitled to set their own dating boundaries. But what has gotten lost in translation is money does not equate to compatibility. I don't understand why women say, I can't do this on the first date. Why? You don't even know him yet. I feel like women forgot that there's plenty of men in the dating field, the dating world, that have no intentions of taking you seriously. They understand that, yeah, I got money, I'll take her on a couple dates, I might be able to hit, and then I'll leave her the fuck alone. I seen another girl make a video like this 3-4 months ago. She said, no coffee, no drinks, no dinner. I only date rich men or athletes. Do you understand that a multi-millionaire doesn't care to spend $600 or $700? You are literally so in awe and he doesn't even fucking care. Why are you still single then? You only date rich men, why are you still single? Women have to stop equating money to compatibility. Do people even like each other anymore? Let's look at this from a man's perspective. Let's say that every woman a man encounters in a month has this ideology that you have to spend $150 to $200 on a first date. Let's say he goes on 5 dates in that month. You mean to tell me that just to meet somebody, he has to spend $600 to $1,000 on first dates? I just don't think people like each other anymore. I don't understand why, if a man asks you to go to a nice cocktail lounge because there isn't food in front of you, you can't go. You can't get to know him over some martinis, some nice wine. You can't go. It just doesn't, it'll never make sense to me. It's not even about the money, it's about the principle. Imagine you took a girl out Friday night, you spent $300 on her, and you found out that she went on 2 dates, Saturday and Sunday, with two different men.
Okay.
How would that make you feel? It wouldn't make you feel good. I just wish people would get back to liking people again and not equating money to compatibility or good intentions. You would have a better dating life if you went in with it with good intentions on meeting the person, not how much money he's going to spend on you. A man can spend $1,000 on you and not give a fuck about you. Another man can spend $75 and it could be the most thoughtful thing that has ever happened to you in your life. Women look at money so crazy. Men that have it don't give a fuck what they spend. Stop equating money to good intentions and compatibility.
I don't like the coffee or drink date because they're trying to audition you.
Her perspective is that she is against coffee dates, drink dates, because the guy is just trying to audition you to see if you're worthy of a real date or not. So as you know, I did a whole video on this subject. Like, I completely agree. If a guy asks you on a coffee date or a drink date, the answer is no, because number one, they are they're churning through a ton of women. Number two, they're likely very cheap. And number three is they're not thoughtful people. So they're not putting in energy to find out should they take you on a date or not before asking you. So my recommendation is, the only mistake made here was the minute the one guy asked her to go on a coffee date or a drink date, don't say, oh no, like, why don't you take me to dinner? Don't do that. Just pass, move on to the next guy. You're gonna save a lot of time.
That if we were to meet at one of those places, I'm comfortable splitting the check.
The audacity of this group of men with underdeveloped prefrontal cortex wanting to date multiple women at a time but can't afford it. They've gotten way too goddamn comfortable thinking that a date is taking you out to drink coffee. Like, that's what you guys should be picking up before or after the dinner. Not letting that be your destination. If you're caught in a situation like that, just know this man does not have money. And he's trying to date multiple women broke. He doesn't need to be dating. He needs a financial advisor and therapy. And if this happens to you on a date, do not be ashamed to teach him a lesson and walk the hell away. Because this is why they don't learn their lesson, and they're going to do it to the next girl. Remember, they asked you out on a date. They should already see your value as a human, as a woman. If they don't, they weren't raised right. Your values are screwed up, and he is not a fit for you. You're a woman in this world. What part of that makes you think that you live a cheap life? Just do yourself a favor. Stop entertaining these 3-in-1 body wash type of guys.
And then come and spend 2 hours of my time talking to you for an $8 coffee.
I get what she's saying. Yes, it does take a longer amount of time for us women to get ready. A lot of prep work. A lot of money goes into that prep work with a high quality makeup, hair, nails, hair removal, etc., new outfit, probably paying for our parking when we get to the restaurant.
Exactly.
However, I still accept the drink dates. Here's why. I like to give the guy a chance to offer anything else. If he's a gentleman, if he's really looking out for my best interest, he's going to ask, is there anything else that you want? And that's when it's my opportunity to speak up and say, actually, yes, I'm kind of hungry. Can I take a look at what they have on the menu? And if he says, yeah, sure, order whatever you want, then guess what? He's probably gonna get a second date from me. That, I think, is the most important.
So one of my rules is I don't do coffee or drink dates. Now,
I feel like this conversation is really centered on dating apps and like the use of online dating because in my experience, I've never had a man offer up a coffee date or drinks when he has approached me in person. Whether that's been like we've had like a brief conversation or over the course of a couple of interactions he then proceeds to ask me out on a date. It's always been like an actual date. And I think it's probably because they feel as though they know me, right? At that point, or at the very least, I'm not a complete stranger who they've never met before. I guess the stakes are a little bit higher when you've already met them in person. Like they're not a complete internet stranger. I don't think drink dates are good or bad. You should or shouldn't go on them. Like, do what you want.
Exactly.
I just think about, I kind of understand why men would offer up a drink date or a coffee. Well, coffee's kind of weird. Like, offer up a drink date or just like a real quick meet up to get to know you just a little bit, before actually taking on like a real date. The goal of a dating app is to like get off of the app and like actually meet people in real life. So if you match with someone like on a Wednesday, you probably are gonna go out like by Friday or Saturday. And if a man is going on like, let's see, 4 or 5 first dates in a week, that's what, like $400 or $500 a week on first dates in this economy. Like realistically, that's not feasible for like the average man, and that's probably the men that you're like matching with anyways on like Hinge and Tinder and all those apps. I think if a man really likes you, he will take you on a real first date. I just think that he has to know you first. I get both sides. I really do. I understand why as a woman you wouldn't want to go on like a coffee. Well, coffee's kind of weird anyways, but like a happy hour or a drink date versus I also understand like why a man would offer to take you to happy hour or to take you to go get drinks off a dating app because like they don't know you and the stakes are pretty low.
Yeah.
And I know she's specifically talking about a dating app because she said she unmatched him when he said that they would have to like split the cost of the meal for whatever restaurant that like she suggested. And I don't know, I just think that this conversation is just like running rampant on this app because I think more people online date than they do
Actual dating.
real life dating. I don't know, like meeting people in real life, which is I don't know.
so one of my rules is I don't do coffee.
So
or
please go down.
Now,
I
So I'm going to help y'all young ladies out because I never do coffee dates or drink dates. Never, ever have I ever did that. And let me tell you why. If a guy asks me to do a coffee date, it already tells me that he's really not that interested in me and he really doesn't even want to take the time to even really get to know me. And this is just me. If you don't like it, it's fine. I don't give a damn. You can comment if you want to, but you may get blocked and I may delete it. Now, another thing, when it comes to the coffee date, my thing is, it's just like, why couldn't you just take me to a cute little cafe? That's what I'm thinking. It shows how small-minded the man is because you could take me to a cafe that has pancakes, eggs, sausage, grits, all the nice little fun little things and coffee and more. And we could leave up out of there only spending like maybe about $50-$60 total. Close to almost damn near the same amount if you went to Starbucks, because Starbucks is fucking expensive as hell if you really think about it. But now we get to go ahead and sit down, talk, maybe since it's at a cute cafe and maybe over some water, and we can kind of just sit there and vibe together. Or even like my thing is with dudes out there to help y'all out, take her to breakfast. Breakfast is the most cheapest damn thing ever. What? The most thing for a breakfast is going to be like $20. So if a guy can't take you to breakfast, something's wrong with that. Okay? And I love breakfast. I love me a good ass French toast. Okay? Definitely it's pumpkin season right now. Give me a nice pumpkin donut. Okay? I'm going to go ballistic with the pumpkin donut. Okay? I'm just saying. But at the end of the day, when it comes to coffee dates, girls, no. Set your standards where it needs to be. Okay? Okay, let's talk about drink dates. Okay, me personally, I do not do drink dates because it just screams out to me that he's trying to get me drunk. If he's really trying to get to know me, he would be like, hey, let's go to a nice little lounge. We can go ahead and have some hors d'oeuvres and have some drinks. Okay, that's cool. I'm good with that. Now, me, ladies, on the first date, I do not drink on the first date. Knowing that I do have drinks, I do not drink with him because I do not know him. And I expect every other lady to do the same thing. Come on, ladies. We have to think. It's some crazy men out here. Not all men, but it's majority of them out here is crazy. And this is the reason why I do not drink on the first date. Because my thing is, if you're trying to get me drunk, how you gonna get to know me? You ain't never gonna get to know me because I'm drunk. I'm intoxicated. So if a man tells you that, go on ahead and deny it and see how the way he acts. It's phenomenal. It's only like a couple few times that a guy literally has suggested, okay, how about if we just go to BJ's and we just sit there, watch the game or watch some TV and sit there and talk and get to know each other, and I can have my little sip of water with lemonade and some chicken wings and a salad, because the girl loves some chicken wings and a salad. Okay, but overall, ladies, if he cannot take you to breakfast or at least take you to a nice decent lounge, okay, it ain't meant for you to be with him. Just go ahead and scratch it off because he's keeping you on a roster. That's the whole reason why he's taking you there. Okay, he's trying to fill you out, trying to get in between them legs of yours. That's what he's trying to do. And doing a little cheap ass date like that is nothing serious for me. I'm sorry. So I don't care if people gonna be like, oh well, coffee date is good. No, not for me. Not for me. And that's just me. Everybody's way of dating is different, and I understand that, but I just wanted to put this out here for my young ladies and even older ladies out here. Do not go on a coffee date. If he cannot take you to a breakfast spot, and a meal at a breakfast spot ranges between $15 and $20, if he can't fucking do that, then it ain't no need for you to be with his ass. Same thing with a lounge. If he cannot take you to a lounge and at least give you a little bit of food for happy hour, because there's tons of nice places out here that have happy hour, and he can take you on a nice decent date. Okay, shoot, he could even take you to fucking Dave and Buster's. Okay, y'all could play video games, and on top of that, still get a nice decent little meal and leave out, and y'all could go your separate ways. So, ladies, I'm just saying, he's not that into you if he's mentioning that. Okay, all right, love y'all. Smooches.
So one of my rules is I don't do coffee or drink dates. Now,
Okay, I would totally go watch the rest of the video. I had a lot of things I agreed with. Some things I didn't, but, you know, personal preference. But something I want to talk about what she said, I think things that resonated are the safety factors. Like, we don't realize how much labor goes into screen recording because we know that murderers will delete the app so your parents will know who you last saw. You know, taking an Uber, like the expensive decisions we make to go out on a date, to stay alive in case this person is a killer every single time, are not things that they're doing. And that was such a beautiful thing that she said. And the beauty things, like she talks about having her nails done and things like that. And the men who want to be cheap, they will absolutely gaslight you about this. I don't really care, blah, blah, blah. I actually didn't care about my nails for the longest time. Like, I grew up with a dad who was, like, very adamant about being anti-nails done. Like, he had his own views, whatever. And so when I entered early adulthood, I'm just going to put down the phone. As I entered early adulthood, I actually, like, didn't get my nails done. And I've experienced the treatment of not having your nails done. It communicates something to them. Like, they have a standard about that. Yeah, your fucking nails, they have a standard about it. I've experienced the difference. I get them done all the time now. Yeah. So no, like there is a lot of requirements to getting on the date, and they're all expensive, to being on that date as a woman, and they're all expensive. I also want to talk about what she said at the end about being on their best behavior. Okay. So a coffee date is so insulting because When a man asks you on a coffee date, he has decided that you are not worthy of his best. I know that seems like, and you can assess it in the situation however you want, but this is how I read it. This keeps me safe from low vibrational experiences, low effort men, and this is how I read it. So like, and this is, I've been both of, obviously we were all been the coffee date girl, but sometimes we are the girl that they feel lucky to be around. And a man who feels lucky for the chance to get to know you is not risking you on a coffee date. They come to the whole setting, even if they've asked other girls for coffee dates, they come to you with absolutely showing you everything you will experience with them. They don't want to risk the chance of you not wanting them because they put low effort in. They're predicting how much effort other men have put in, and they are doing their best to make sure that they get the chance to know you. They're investing in the chance to get to know you. And when a man asks you on a coffee date, he is not. He is literally, and this is just my experience, my observation, he is actually showing, he is trying to assess in that coffee date, in that time, how little he can get away with giving you. That coffee date man will split the bill with you. Like, they are trying, and the rest of your life will be him giving you as little as possible. Not only will you be going 50-50 on bills, but you will be doing 100% of the housework. You will be running to get the kids, do the business, find out what's going on with the finances, doing all of these things while he's sitting on the couch after a 9-to-5 shift and asking you what's for dinner. Yes, that's the coffee date man. And I may sound insane, but I'm going to protect myself. I don't care what you call me. I will protect myself from that experience. And all of y'all, good luck that don't believe me. But the girlies who get it, amen. Keep us safe. Keep us safe from the dusties. Keep us safe.
So one of my rules is I don't do coffee or drink dates.
So I normally don't address these type of videos because I don't feel like they pertain to me. But I'm just putting this out there as a request to please take me out the group chat. I'm not comprehending. I don't know if I don't live in this world or I'm just completely oblivious to this conversation altogether. Maybe because I'm older. That might be it. Because I'm older, I come from a different place. We just live life differently. Maybe when it comes to dating, this just does not resonate with me. Who cares? Like, I get everybody has standards. Everybody wants what they want. But I really feel like sometimes y'all take this a little too far. I think I may have experienced a situation like this one time, right? We were already on the date. I was on a date with a guy. And when the check came, he made a joke. I perceived it as a joke because for me, that's all it really could have been. But he made a joke in terms of splitting the check. And so the waiter was kind of looking like, is he making a joke? Is he being real? I don't know. I laughed and I was like, I don't understand the language that he's speaking right now. And so I got my stuff together and reached in my purse to put on my lip gloss, waiting for him to pay the check, in which he did. And we got up to leave. Other than that, I've never come across a situation where a man has asked me to pay 50-50 on anything. And I also don't mind having coffee or whatever on a first encounter. Again, she said in the beginning of the video that, you know, if this does not pertain to you, keep scrolling. I didn't keep scrolling because I really just wanted to know, you know, what was the rest of the message. It's her prerogative, and that's perfectly fine. But it's also his prerogative. If he doesn't want to pay fully, it's okay. I don't think that there's a problem if a man is auditioning on women, because women, we do it all the time. We just do it in different atmospheres and in different ways. So like, that's to me is a double standard. And mind you, when I speak like that, I tend to get labeled as a pick-me because it seems like I'm on the side of the man. I'm not on the side of the man. I'm all for women not paying for shit. Sorry, I am. But as I said, the date that I had with homeboy, I don't know if he was joking or not, but we had a couple of dates after that. So I set my standard and he rocked with it. Had he not rocked with it, that would have been fine as well. Like, I really think a lot of the times we take this type of shit way too far. If you don't want to pay for anything as a woman, don't pay for anything. And as a man, if you want to go 50-50, set that standard too. Let's stop arguing about it and just find the people that fit with us.
So one of my rules is I don't do coffee or drink dates.
All right, so as a man whose salary is higher than the average person in this country, I feel like I have a responsibility to speak out on this video. And there's nothing wrong with these rules or requirements, but you might find a guy who can actually take you on a nice date, but he might not be good for your soul. Sometimes the higher our salary goes, we may feel like we can treat people anyhow. And if you make a lot of money, what's $200? You can just splurge out on a date. But is that person going to treat you right? That's the most important thing. Are they going to be good for your soul? Are they going to be good for your mental health? If you're grieving, if you're going through a difficult time in your life, will that person sit there and be with you and let you know that you're going to be okay? And this is not just guys. We saw with Gabrielle Union when she was talking about her ex-husband. She said she felt like she had the license to cheat because she made more money than him. But the truth is, making more money does not make you a better person than anybody else. And in fact, in my case, my success comes from having a hardworking father and a mother who's a praying mom. Like, that's where it comes from. It's not because I'm some special person. So for the women watching this video, don't feel like a guy can treat you anyhow just because he makes this amount of money or he's some type of person. You deserve somebody who is good for your soul. And when it comes to dating, I do think we should keep the investment low in the beginning. Guys should not have to spend so much money, and women should not have to feel like they have to sleep with the guy because the guy spends so much money. Dating should be a compatibility test, not an audition to see if we can impress the other person. So that's all I have to say. You know, we're all working through our traumas and insecurities, and once we can start realizing the relationships are for the other person, we can start dating and it won't feel as transactional.